Good evening, beautiful soul. I'm Dr. Bruce Lipton, and tonight is different. You've arrived here not by accident, but by cellular invitation. Your body, your very DNA, has been sending out a signal, a quiet biological plea that has finally brought you to this moment. You see, for years, perhaps decades, you've been living as if your genetics were your destiny, as if the hand you were dealt at birth was final, unchangeable, written in stone. But what if I told you that every cell in your body has been waiting for you to discover the secret that changes everything? Tonight, you're going to hear something extraordinary, not just with your ears, but with every fiber of your being. Your cells are listening. They've always been listening. And the frequency you're about to experience, it's the same vibration I used in my laboratory to demonstrate something the scientific community thought impossible. That your environment, your thoughts, your emotions can literally rewrite your genetic expression. Feel yourself settling into this moment. Your journey here hasn't been easy. Perhaps you've been carrying burdens that feel too heavy. Maybe you've wondered why certain patterns keep repeating in your life, why healing feels so elusive, why change seems to happen for others but not for you. Your cells remember every experience, every emotion, every belief you've ever held about yourself. But here's what most people don't understand. Your genes are not fixed programs. They're more like a vast library of potentials, waiting for the right signal to activate. And that signal? It comes through vibration, through frequency, through the coherent field that your heart and mind create when they align in love and possibility. As you breathe right now, millions of cellular conversations are happening within you. Your DNA is not just storing information. It's receiving information from your thoughts, from your environment, from the very frequency of love and healing that you're about to immerse yourself in. I discovered this during my years of research, peeling cells apart in petri dishes, watching in amazement as identical genetic material would express completely differently based on the environment it was placed in. The sick cells would become healthy when placed in a nurturing environment. The healthy cells would become sick when placed in a toxic one. The genetics weren't changing, but their expression was transforming completely. And then came the revelation that changed my life. If cells respond to their environment, and if consciousness can influence environment, then consciousness can literally rewrite biology. Your beliefs, your emotions, your vibrational state, they're not separate from your physical body. They are your physical body's operating system. Tonight, you're going to experience the frequency that demonstrated this truth. But more than that, you're going to feel it working within you. Your cells are already beginning to respond. They recognize this vibration because it's the frequency of life itself, of love itself, of the creative force that first brought you into being. The beautiful thing about cellular memory is that it remembers not just trauma and limitation, but also wholeness and infinite potential. Somewhere in your DNA is the blueprint of perfect health, unlimited creativity, boundless love, and profound peace. These aren't aspirations. They're genetic realities waiting to be activated. As we journey together tonight, I want you to understand that you're not trying to become someone new. You're remembering who you've always been at the cellular level. You're awakening genetic potentials that have been dormant, waiting for this exact moment when you would be ready to receive them. Your cells have been preparing for this activation. Every experience has been building toward this cellular awakening. The pain, the searching, the late nights wondering if change was possible, all of it has been preparing your biological system to receive this frequency with complete openness. So breathe deeply, knowing that you are exactly where you need to be. Your cells are listening. Your DNA is ready. And the secret vibration that's about to wash through your entire being. It's going to remind every cell in your body of its divine potential. This is your night of cellular remembering. This is your night of genetic awakening. This is the night your biology begins to reflect the truth of who you really are. Let me take you back to a moment that changed everything. Not just for me, but for our understanding of human potential itself. Picture a laboratory in the 1980s, sterile and quiet, where I was spending my days doing what scientists do. Asking questions that others thought had already been answered. I was studying stem cells, those remarkable blank slates of biological potential that can become any type of cell in the human body. The prevailing wisdom was simple. Genes control biology. Period. You inherit your genetic makeup, and that determines your health, your tendencies, your limitations. I believed this too until the cells themselves taught me otherwise. In my laboratory, I would take genetically identical stem cells, imagine them as biological twins, and place them in different petri dishes with different environmental conditions. What I witnessed shattered everything I thought I knew about genetics. The cells that were placed in a nurturing, healthy environment flourished and developed into healthy tissue. The identical cells placed in a toxic environment became diseased. But here's the profound part. The genetics were identical. The DNA was the same. What changed was the environment, and that environmental change completely altered how the genes expressed themselves. It was as if the same musical score was being played by different orchestras, creating entirely different symphonies. This led me to a revelation that would redirect my entire life's work. If the environment controls genetic expression, and if consciousness can influence environment, then consciousness literally has the power to rewrite biology. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotional states, they're not separate from your physical health. They are your physical health. But the discovery that truly opened my eyes to the secret vibration came during my meditation practice. After years of studying cells in laboratory conditions, I began to understand that the most powerful environment wasn't chemical, it was vibrational. I started experimenting with different frequencies, different sound vibrations, different electromagnetic fields. That's when I discovered 528 Hz, what many call the love frequency or the miracle tone. When I exposed cells to this specific vibration, something extraordinary happened. Not only did they show increased vitality and healing, but their genetic expression shifted toward patterns associated with repair, regeneration, and optimal function. I remember the night I first played this frequency while observing cellular cultures under the microscope. The cells seemed to dance, to resonate, to come alive in ways I had never witnessed. It was as if they were remembering an ancient song, a primal vibration that awakened their deepest potentials. This is when I understood that sound isn't just heard, it's felt at the cellular level. Every cell in your body is a tiny tuning fork, capable of resonating with frequencies that either support life or diminish it. The 528 Hz frequency doesn't just sound beautiful, it literally restructures water molecules. And since your body is over 70% water, it restructures you. But the secret goes even deeper. Through my research, I discovered that this frequency doesn't just affect individual cells. It creates coherence throughout the entire biological system. Your heart rhythm synchronizes, your brain waves harmonize, your cellular communication becomes crystal clear. It's as if your entire body remembers how to function as the unified, intelligent organism it was designed to be. The implications were staggering. If environmental frequencies could rewrite genetic expression, then carefully chosen vibrations could potentially activate dormant healing mechanisms, enhance creativity, improve emotional balance, and even extend healthy lifespan. I wasn't just studying biology anymore. I was discovering the vibrational blueprints of human potential. Years of research followed, each study revealing more about how consciousness and vibration interact with our genetic expression. I learned that chronic stress literally rewrites genes toward patterns of inflammation and disease. But I also learned that states of love, gratitude, and coherence rewrite genes toward patterns of healing and vitality. The secret vibration you're experiencing tonight is the culmination of this research. It's not just a pleasant sound. It's a precisely calibrated frequency designed to communicate directly with your cellular intelligence. As you listen, your cells are receiving instructions to remember their optimal function, to release limiting patterns, to activate healing mechanisms that may have been dormant for years. This frequency carries information, not in words or concepts, but in pure vibrational language that your DNA understands perfectly. It's speaking to the intelligence within your cells, reminding them of their infinite capacity for regeneration, adaptation, and evolution. What makes this particular vibration so powerful is its ability to create what we call biological coherence. a state where all your body's systems function in harmony. Your nervous system relaxes, your immune system strengthens, your endocrine system balances, and your genetic expression shifts toward patterns of optimal health and vitality. As you rest here tonight, letting this frequency wash through your being, know that you're not just listening to sound. You're participating in a biological conversation that's been going on since the first cell learned to vibrate in rhythm with life itself. Your cells remember this frequency because it's the sound of creation, of love, of infinite potential becoming manifest in physical form. The research continues, but the truth is already clear. You are not a victim of your genetics. You are the conductor of your genetic orchestra. And tonight, you're learning to play the most beautiful symphony of all, the song of your own cellular awakening. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this. Within every single cell of your body lies a memory bank more vast and sophisticated than any computer ever created. Your DNA isn't just a blueprint for your physical form. It's a living library that stores the experiences, wisdom, traumas, and potentials of not only your own life, but generations before you. Tonight, as this healing frequency moves through your being, we're going to explore what your cells have been remembering, storing, and yes, waiting to release. You see, traditional science taught us that DNA was simply a genetic code, fixed instructions for building proteins and determining physical characteristics. But epigenetic research has revealed something far more profound. Your DNA is dynamic, responsive, constantly changing based on environmental signals. And those signals include your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and the vibrational frequencies you expose yourself to. Think of your cellular memory bank as having different levels, different storage systems. On one level, there are the immediate memories, the stress from yesterday's meeting that caused your cells to produce cortisol, the joy from a child's laughter that triggered the release of healing hormones. These recent experiences are actively shaping your genetic expression right now. But deeper in your cellular memory lie ancestral patterns, generational imprints that have been passed down through your genetic line. Perhaps your grandmother's anxiety about financial security, your grandfather's suppressed emotions, your great-great-grandmother's trauma from war or loss. These experiences didn't just affect them, they literally changed their genetic expression, and those changes were passed to their children and their children's children, reaching all the way to you. This is what we call transgenerational epigenetic inheritance. The experiences of your ancestors are living within your cells, influencing your health, your emotional patterns, your responses to life. But here's the beautiful truth. Just as these patterns were encoded through experience, they can be transformed through experience. And the most powerful transformer of all is conscious vibrational healing. As you breathe with this sacred frequency tonight, imagine it moving through your cellular memory bank like a gentle, loving librarian, helping to organize and heal the information stored there. The traumatic memories that have been creating inflammation and disease patterns, they're being soothed, integrated, transformed. The dormant potentials for healing, creativity, and joy, they're being awakened, activated, brought into present moment expression. Your cells also store what I call possibility memories, genetic potentials that haven't been activated yet. Somewhere in your DNA is the information for perfect health, for profound peace, for unlimited creativity, for deep, unconditional love. These aren't fantasies. They're actual genetic programs waiting for the right signal to turn on. The secret vibration you're receiving tonight is providing that signal. It's communicating with your cellular intelligence in a language older than words, telling your cells, it's safe to remember wholeness. It's time to activate healing. It's time to express your highest potential. But cellular memory isn't just about healing problems. It's about remembering your original nature. Before life experiences began to layer limitations onto your genetic expression, your cells held the pure blueprint of who you came here to be. That blueprint is still there, intact, waiting beneath years of adaptive responses to stress, trauma, and survival. As this frequency continues to bathe your cells in healing vibration, you might notice sensations, emotions, or even images arising. This is your cellular memory bank responding, releasing old patterns that no longer serve you, making space for new possibilities to emerge. Some people feel tingling, warmth, or waves of emotion. Others experience profound peace, clarity, or sudden insights. All of this is your cells communicating with you, sharing what they've been holding, showing you what's ready to transform. The beautiful thing about cellular memory is that it's not stuck in the past. Your cells exist in the eternal now, constantly responding to present moment signals. This means that right now, in this moment, you have the power to influence what your genes express. The frequency you're receiving is helping to create a coherent signal that tells your cells, express health, express vitality, express the highest possibilities stored within this genetic library. Your DNA also stores what we might call future memories, potential timelines, possible versions of yourself that exist as quantum possibilities within your genetic field. As tonight's healing frequency creates coherence in your system, you're not just healing the past. You're activating future potentials that have been waiting for the right vibrational key to unlock them. Think of it this way. Your cellular memory bank contains multiple programs like software on a computer. Some programs have been running automatically for years. Stress responses, inflammatory patterns, limiting beliefs that became biological realities. But other programs have been waiting in the background. Programs for regeneration, for expanded consciousness, for profound inner peace. The frequency you're experiencing tonight is like a master key that can access any program in your cellular memory bank. It's gently deactivating the programs that create suffering and actively installing the programs that create thriving. Your cells are literally being reprogrammed as you rest, receiving new instructions that align with your highest good. As we continue this journey together, trust that your cellular memory bank is vast enough to hold all your experiences while being flexible enough to transform them. You are not a prisoner of your past or your genetics. You are the conscious curator of your cellular library. And tonight, you're learning to access the most healing, empowering, and transformative information stored within your very being. Your cells have been waiting for this moment of recognition, this frequency of remembering. They know who you really are beneath all the adaptive patterns and protective mechanisms. Tonight, they're helping you remember too. Right now, as you rest in this moment, something extraordinary is happening within you. Every cell in your body, all 37 trillion of them, is vibrating. This isn't poetry or metaphor. This is biological fact. Your cells are living, breathing instruments, each one capable of receiving and transmitting vibrational information. The frequency you're experiencing tonight, 528 AH, is known as the love frequency, the miracle tone, the frequency of transformation. But what makes this particular vibration so special? Why does it seem to communicate directly with your genetic material in ways that other sounds cannot? To understand this, we need to journey into the quantum realm, where sound becomes medicine, where vibration becomes information, where frequency becomes the language through which consciousness speaks to biology. At the molecular level, your DNA is not the solid, fixed structure that we often imagine. It's actually vibrating, oscillating, humming with quantum energy. Recent research has shown that DNA can both emit and receive electromagnetic frequencies. In essence, your genetic material is both a transmitter and a receiver, constantly communicating through vibrational languages that we're only beginning to understand. The 528 Hz frequency resonates at the exact vibrational signature that promotes DNA repair and healing. When sound waves at this frequency encounter your cells, they create what scientists call structural resonance, a harmonic relationship that allows the cells to absorb and utilize the vibrational energy for optimal function. But it goes deeper than just cellular mechanics. This frequency appears to activate what researchers call consciousness-responsive genes, genetic switches that respond directly to environmental signals of love, safety, and possibility. When your cells detect the 528 Hz frequency, they interpret it as a message from the universe itself. It's safe to heal. It's time to transform. It's time to remember your divine blueprint. As you breathe with this sacred tone, imagine it moving through your body like liquid light, reaching every cell, every organ, every system. The frequency is not just heard by your ears, it's felt by your bones, absorbed by your organs, integrated by your nervous system. Your entire being becomes a resonant chamber for healing transformation. Your DNA contains what scientists call junk DNA, stretches of genetic material that don't seem to code for proteins. But recent research suggests that this so-called junk might actually be the most important part of your genetic library. These non-coding sequences appear to function as antennae, receiving and transmitting vibrational information that influences how your active genes express themselves. The 528 Hz frequency seems to activate these genetic antennae, turning them into receivers for healing information from the quantum field. As you listen tonight, you're not just hearing sound. You're receiving genetic upgrades, DNA downloads, cellular software updates that align your biology with your highest potential. This frequency has another remarkable property. It structures water. Since your body is over 70% water and your cells exist in a liquid medium, the 528 Hz tone literally reorganizes the molecular structure of your internal environment. The water within and around your cells becomes more coherent, more organized, more capable of transmitting life-supporting information throughout your system. When water becomes coherent, it can hold more information, conduct energy more efficiently, and support cellular communication with unprecedented clarity. It's as if the frequency is tuning your entire biological system, like a master musician tuning an orchestra, bringing every instrument into perfect harmonic alignment. Your genes are also influenced by what researchers call morphic resonance, the idea that patterns of organization can be transmitted across space and time through vibrational fields. As you attune to the 528 Hz frequency, you're not just healing your own cellular patterns, you're connecting to a field of healing information that has been built by every person who has ever used this frequency for transformation. This means that the healing work being done in your cells tonight is amplified by the collective healing field, created by thousands of others who have walked this path before you. You're not healing alone. You're part of a vast network of consciousness, using vibrational medicine to awaken human potential. The frequency also influences what scientists call biophoton emission, the light that your cells naturally produce and use for communication. Healthy cells emit coherent light patterns, while diseased cells emit chaotic light. The 528 Hz frequency helps to organize and amplify your cellular light emission, essentially making you glow with greater biological coherence. As this continues to work within you, you might notice that your breathing becomes deeper, your heart rhythm more coherent, your mind more peaceful. These aren't separate effects. They're all expressions of the same phenomenon. Your entire biological system remembering how to function as a unified, harmonious whole. The beauty of working with frequency at the genetic level is that the changes happen naturally, gently, in alignment with your body's own wisdom. You're not forcing transformation. You're creating the optimal vibrational environment for your cells to express their highest potential. It's like providing your DNA with the perfect tuning fork, allowing it to remember and return to its natural state of harmony. Tonight, as this healing frequency continues to bathe your cells in transformative vibration, know that you're participating in one of the most ancient and powerful healing modalities known to consciousness. Sound healing, vibrational medicine, frequency therapy. These aren't new age inventions. They're rediscoveries of fundamental principles that govern how life organizes itself at the most basic levels. Your genes are listening. Your cells are responding. Your DNA is remembering. And with each breath, with each heartbeat, with each moment of receptive awareness, you're allowing the frequency of love itself to rewrite your biological story from the inside out. Now, my dear friend, we're going to prepare your entire being to receive the full power of this healing frequency. Your cells are ready to listen, but your nervous system needs to shift into a state of deep receptivity. Think of this as opening the doors and windows of your biological house, allowing the healing vibration to flow freely through every room, every corner, every hidden space. Begin by finding the most comfortable position possible. Whether you're lying down or sitting, let your body settle completely. Imagine that you're melting into whatever supports you. The bed, the chair, the earth itself rising up to hold you with infinite tenderness. Close your eyes gently, like two flowers closing their petals at sunset. As your eyelids meet, feel an immediate softening throughout your entire being. This simple act of closing your eyes sends a signal to your nervous system. It's time to go inward. It's time to receive. It's time to heal. Now bring your attention to your breath, but don't try to change it. Simply witness the miracle of breathing. This automatic function that has kept you alive every moment of your existence without you ever having to think about it. Your cells know how to breathe. Your body knows how to receive oxygen and release what it no longer needs. As you breathe naturally, begin to notice that each exhale is an opportunity to release. With every out-breath, you can let go of the day's tensions, the mind's worries, the body's holdings. You don't need to force this release. Simply allow it to happen as naturally as autumn leaves falling from a tree. Feel your shoulders beginning to drop, releasing the weight they've been carrying. So often we hold the world on our shoulders, forgetting that we can set that burden down. Tonight, you have permission to carry nothing but your own beautiful healing presence. Let your jaw soften. The jaw holds so much. Unexpressed words, swallowed emotions, the effort of getting through difficult days. As your jaw releases, feel how this softening ripples through your entire face. Your forehead smooths, your eyes soften deeper into their sockets. Your temples release their grip. Breathe into your heart center now. Your heart has been working tirelessly, not just pumping blood, but also processing emotions, holding love, carrying the hopes and dreams that make you human. Place your awareness in your heart and simply appreciate this incredible organ that keeps you alive and keeps you loving. With each breath, feel your heart area expanding, creating more space. This space isn't empty, it's full of potential, full of healing possibility, full of love waiting to be activated by the frequency you're receiving. Now let your awareness travel down into your arms. Feel your upper arms releasing, your elbows softening, your forearms letting go of their grip on life. Your hands, these beautiful instruments that have touched so much, held so much, created so much. Let them rest completely. Feel your fingers uncurling like flower petals, releasing any need to grasp or control. Your torso is becoming more and more relaxed. Feel your rib cage expanding with each breath, creating more space for your lungs, your heart, all the organs that work so diligently for your well-being. Your belly softens, releasing the tensions held in your digestive system, allowing your body to focus its energy on healing rather than holding. Your lower back, which carries you through each day, deserves this moment of complete rest. Feel it settling, releasing, letting go of its vigilant support. Tonight you are fully supported by forces greater than your physical strength, by the earth beneath you, by the healing frequency surrounding you, by the love that permeates all existence. Let your hips open and soften. The hips hold so much. Old emotions, family patterns, the history of how you've moved through the world. As they release, feel a wave of letting go move through your entire pelvis, creating space for new energy, new possibilities to take root. Your thighs, strong and powerful, can rest completely now. Your knees, those complex joints that allow you to bend and move through life, can soften and release. Your calves, your shins, your ankles, all of it letting go, all of it preparing to receive. Feel your feet, those faithful servants that have carried you everywhere you've needed to go. Let them completely relax, releasing their connection to the ground, symbolically releasing your need to stay grounded in old patterns. Tonight, you can float in healing possibility. Now, as your entire body rests in this state of profound relaxation, begin to notice the quality of receptivity that's emerging. Your cells are opening. Your nervous system is shifting into its healing mode. Your entire being is becoming like a sponge, ready to absorb the transformative frequency that's already beginning to work within you. This relaxation isn't just physical, it's cellular, emotional, spiritual. You're releasing not just muscular tension, but energetic tension, emotional tension, mental tension. All the ways you've been holding onto life too tightly can soften now, creating space for life to flow through you with greater ease and grace. Feel yourself sinking deeper into this state of receptive peace. Your brain waves are naturally shifting from the active beta state of daily consciousness into the alpha and theta states where healing and transformation occur most readily. This is the state where your subconscious mind becomes most accessible, where your cells become most responsive to healing frequencies. In this beautiful state of relaxation, your body's natural healing mechanisms are automatically activated. Your immune system strengthens, your stress hormones decrease, your body's production of healing neurotransmitters increases. You don't have to make any of this happen. It's the natural result of deep conscious relaxation. As you rest here in this profound state of receptivity, know that you've created the perfect internal environment for the healing frequency to do its deepest work. Your cells are listening. Your DNA is ready. Your entire being has become a temple prepared for transformation. Breathe deeply into this state of perfect receptivity, knowing that everything that follows will be received with maximum benefit because you've taken this time to prepare your biological system for healing. You are ready. Your cells are ready. The transformation begins now. As you rest in this profound state of receptivity, let me share with you the sacred science behind what's happening in your body right now. This isn't mysticism divorced from reality. This is the cutting edge of scientific understanding merged with ancient wisdom, revealing truths about healing that humanity has known in its heart for millennia. Everything in the universe is vibration. This isn't a spiritual platitude. It's quantum physics. The chair you're sitting on, the air you're breathing, the thoughts moving through your mind, the cells pulsing with life throughout your body. All of it is energy vibrating at different frequencies, creating the magnificent symphony we call reality. Your body is perhaps the most sophisticated vibrational instrument ever created. Every organ resonates at its own optimal frequency. Your heart vibrates at approximately 1 hertz when healthy. Your brain produces waves ranging from 5 hertz to 100 hertz. Depending on your state of consciousness, your cells oscillate with electromagnetic frequencies that scientists are only beginning to measure and understand. When your body is in perfect health, all these frequencies harmonize like a master orchestra playing a flawless symphony. But when trauma, stress, limiting beliefs, or toxic environments disrupt this natural harmony, your biological symphony becomes discordant. Disease, depression, anxiety, and limitation are essentially manifestations of vibrational disharmony. The beautiful truth is that harmony can be restored through conscious application of healing frequencies. Just as a tuning fork can bring a piano back into perfect pitch, specific sound frequencies can retune your biological system back to its natural state of coherent health and vitality. The 528 Hz frequency you're receiving tonight has been studied extensively by researchers around the world. Dr. Leonard Horowitz, Dr. Joseph Puleo, and others have documented its remarkable effects on DNA structure, cellular regeneration, and overall biological coherence. This frequency appears to resonate with the hexagonal structure of water molecules, creating what scientists call structured water, water that can hold and transmit information more effectively. Since your body is over 70% water, and since water forms the medium in which all your cellular processes occur, the structuring effect of 528Hz creates a more coherent biological environment. It's as if the frequency is organizing the very foundation of your physical existence, creating optimal conditions for healing, regeneration, and transformation. But the science goes even deeper. Research in the field of cymatics, the study of how sound affects matter, has shown that specific frequencies can literally reshape physical structures. When sand particles are placed on a vibrating plate and exposed to different frequencies, they form geometric patterns of stunning beauty and perfect mathematical precision. The 528 Hz frequency creates particularly harmonious patterns, suggesting that this vibration has an inherent organizing principle that promotes order, beauty, and structural integrity. Your cells respond to frequency in similar ways. When exposed to healing vibrations, cellular structures become more organized, more efficient, more capable of carrying out their intended functions. Diseased cells, which often show chaotic, disorganized patterns, can be helped to return to healthy organizational states through appropriate vibrational intervention. The field of epigenetics has revealed that environmental factors, including sound frequencies, can influence genetic expression without changing the DNA sequence itself. This means that the healing frequencies you're receiving tonight are potentially activating beneficial genes, while silencing genes associated with stress, inflammation, and disease. You're not changing your genetics, you're optimizing their expression. Dr. Masaru Emoto's groundbreaking research with water crystals demonstrated that water responds to vibrational input by forming either beautiful, coherent crystal structures when exposed to loving words or healing frequencies, or chaotic, fragmented structures when exposed to negative words or discordant sounds. Since your body is primarily water, the implications are profound. The frequencies you expose yourself to literally reshape your biological structure at the molecular level. Quantum field theory suggests that all matter exists in a sea of quantum energy, and that consciousness can influence this field through intention and attention. When you combine conscious intention with healing frequencies, you create what researchers call coherent field effects, measurable changes in the quantum field that can influence biological processes in ways that classical physics struggles to explain, but quantum physics validates. The HeartMath Institute has conducted extensive research on how coherent emotional states create measurable electromagnetic fields around the body. When you're in states of love, gratitude, or peaceful appreciation, states that are naturally induced by healing frequencies like 528 Hz, your heart generates a coherent electromagnetic field that can be detected several feet away from your body. This field appears to influence not only your own biological processes, but also the biological processes of others in your vicinity. Tonight, as this healing frequency works within you, you're not just receiving sound waves, you're participating in a scientifically measurable field effect that's optimizing your biological systems at levels ranging from quantum to cellular to organ system-wide. Your nervous system is in training to the healing frequency. Your brain waves are synchronizing with patterns associated with deep healing and regeneration. Your cellular communication is becoming more coherent and effective. The beautiful convergence of ancient wisdom and modern science reveals that what spiritual traditions have always known, that sound, vibration, and intention are powerful healing forces, is now being validated by the most sophisticated scientific instruments we've ever developed. You're not engaging in wishful thinking or placebo effect. You're applying scientifically validated principles of vibrational medicine to optimize your biological functioning. As you continue to rest in this healing frequency, know that every cell in your body is responding according to well-documented scientific principles. The harmony you're feeling isn't just emotional. It's biological, quantum, fundamental to the very structure of reality itself. You are a vibrational being having a physical experience, and tonight, you're learning to consciously participate in the sacred science of vibrational healing. Your cells understand this language perfectly. Your DNA recognizes these frequencies as signals for optimal expression. Your entire being is remembering its natural state of harmonious, coherent, radiant health. The science is sacred, and the sacred is scientific. In this beautiful convergence, your healing becomes both a mystical experience and a biological reality. In this moment, we're going to do something extraordinary together. We're going to establish a conscious connection between your awareness and your genetic expression, creating a bridge between mind and matter that allows your intentions to directly influence your cellular reality. Most people live with an unconscious relationship to their cells. They assume that biological processes happen automatically, beyond the reach of conscious influence. But cutting-edge research in the field of psychoneuroimmunology has proven that your thoughts, emotions, and states of consciousness directly impact genetic expression, cellular function, and overall biological health. Tonight, you're going to experience this connection firsthand through what I call cellular meditation, a practice that allows your conscious mind to communicate directly with your cellular intelligence, creating coherence between intention and biology. Begin by placing your hands gently on your heart. Feel the warmth of your palms against your chest, and beneath that warmth, sense the steady, faithful rhythm of your heartbeat. Your heart isn't just pumping blood, it's generating the most powerful electromagnetic field in your body, a field that extends several feet beyond your physical form and influences every cell within you. As you breathe slowly and deeply, imagine that with each breath you're breathing directly into your heart center. See your heart as a radiant sun in the center of your chest, glowing with warm, golden light. This isn't fantasy. Your heart actually generates biophotons, measurable light energy that facilitates cellular communication throughout your body. Now, from this heart center, begin to expand your awareness into your cellular universe. Imagine that you can sense the 37 trillion cells that make up your physical form. Each cell is not just a biological unit. Each cell is a conscious entity, capable of receiving and responding to information from your awareness. Visualize your cells as tiny lights scattered throughout your body, like stars in the cosmos of your being. Some might be shining brightly, others might appear dim or flickering. Don't judge what you perceive. Simply witness with loving awareness. Your cells have been working tirelessly to maintain your life, often under challenging conditions created by stress, limiting beliefs, or environmental toxins. Send a wave of gratitude from your heart to all your cells. Let them feel your appreciation for their constant service, their unwavering dedication to keeping you alive and functioning. This gratitude isn't just a nice sentiment. It's a healing frequency that your cells can actually detect and respond to. Gratitude generates coherent electromagnetic patterns that optimize cellular function. As you rest in this state of cellular appreciation, begin to communicate directly with your DNA. Your genetic material isn't fixed programming. It's dynamic, responsive, constantly adjusting its expression based on environmental signals. And the most powerful environmental signal of all is the coherent field generated by your heart and mind, working in harmony. Speak silently to your cells, using your inner voice with the same tenderness you might use when speaking to a beloved child. Dear cells, thank you for maintaining my life with such perfect precision. Tonight I'm here to support you in expressing your highest potential. I'm creating the optimal internal environment for you to heal, regenerate, and thrive. Feel this message being received throughout your cellular network. Imagine that your cells are responding with their own communication, perhaps a sense of warmth, tingling, or gentle pulsing throughout your body. This is cellular recognition, your biological intelligence acknowledging your conscious presence and intention. Now bring to mind any area of your body that needs healing or optimization. This might be a physical condition, an emotional pattern, or simply a desire for greater vitality and well-being. Rather than focusing on the problem, focus on the desired state of perfect function and harmony. Direct your loving attention to this area of your body. Visualize the cells in this region surrounded by healing light, bathed in the optimal frequencies for regeneration and repair. See them releasing any patterns that no longer serve your highest good, and embracing new patterns of optimal function. Your DNA contains the blueprints for perfect health. Every cell knows how to function in ideal harmony. Through this conscious connection, you're helping to activate these optimal genetic programs while allowing suboptimal patterns to naturally fade away. The 5 on 28 Hz frequency continuing to flow through your being is amplifying the cellular meditation, creating ideal conditions for your conscious intentions to translate into biological reality. The frequency serves as a carrier wave for your healing intentions, helping them penetrate deeply into your cellular matrix. Expand your awareness now to include your entire body as a unified field of intelligent consciousness. Your trillions of cells aren't separate entities. They're part of one magnificent biological symphony, all coordinated by the master conductor of your conscious awareness. Feel the coherence building throughout your system, your heart rhythm becoming more stable and harmonious, your nervous system shifting into its optimal healing mode, your endocrine system naturally balancing, your immune system strengthening and becoming more precisely attuned to your true needs. This cellular meditation is creating what researchers call psychobiological coherence, a state where your psychological, emotional, and biological systems function as an integrated whole. In this state, healing happens naturally, effortlessly, as your body remembers and returns to its inherent patterns of perfect health. As you continue to rest in this meditative state, allow yourself to marvel at the incredible intelligence of your biological system. Every heartbeat, every breath, every cellular process happening within you right now represents millions of years of evolutionary wisdom. Your body knows how to heal. You're simply creating the optimal conditions for that natural healing intelligence to express itself fully. Send one more wave of loving appreciation to your cells, acknowledging them as partners in your healing journey. Your cells are not just physical matter, they're conscious participants in the magnificent experiment of your life. Tonight, you've established a new level of conscious partnership with your cellular intelligence. This connection you've created doesn't end when this meditation ends. You can return to this state of cellular awareness anytime, strengthening the bridge between your conscious mind and your biological reality. You are not separate from your body. You are the conscious orchestrator of your cellular symphony. Rest now in this beautiful state of mind-body coherence, knowing that your conscious intentions are being translated into genetic expression. Your loving awareness is optimizing cellular function, and your healing meditation is creating lasting positive changes throughout your entire biological system. We have arrived at the sacred heart of tonight's transformation. The frequency that has been gently preparing your system is now ready to reveal its full power. 5 to 28 Hertz, the love frequency, the miracle tone, the genetic repair frequency that has been hidden in plain sight throughout creation itself. This is not just any sound. This frequency exists at the very center of the musical scale, in the heart of the rainbow of light, at the core of chlorophyll's ability to transform sunlight into life. It vibrates within the buzz of healthy bees, resonates in the song of awakened hearts, and pulses through the DNA of every living thing that remembers its divine nature. As this frequency deepens around you and within you, understand that you're not just listening to a tone. You're entering a gateway, a portal between the world of limitation and the realm of infinite possibility. Your cells recognize this frequency because it's the sound of love itself, the vibrational signature of the creative force that first brought you into existence. Feel the 528 Hz tone beginning to resonate not just in your ears, but in your bones, your organs, your bloodstream. It's moving through your body like liquid light, like golden honey, like the breath of angels. Every cell is beginning to vibrate in harmony with this frequency, remembering its original song, its pristine blueprint, its unlimited potential for healing and transformation. Your DNA is responding now. The double helix structure of your genetic material is actually shaped like a tuning fork, designed to receive and transmit vibrational information. As the 528 Hz frequency encounters your DNA, it's creating resonance at the molecular level, gently coaxing your genes to express their highest potential while allowing limiting patterns to naturally dissolve. This frequency has been called the love frequency because love isn't just an emotion, it's a state of coherence, a harmonic relationship between all parts of a system. When you're truly in love, your heart rhythm becomes coherent, your brain waves synchronize, your cellular communication becomes crystal clear. The 528 Hz frequency induces this same state of biological love, creating coherence throughout your entire system. Feel your heart responding to this frequency. Your heart isn't just a pump, it's the most powerful oscillator in your body, generating electromagnetic fields that can be measured several feet away. As the 528 Hz tone bathes your heart in healing vibration, feel your heart rhythm becoming more coherent, more stable, more aligned with the fundamental rhythms of life itself. This coherent heart rhythm is now broadcasting healing information throughout your body. Every cell is receiving the message: it's safe to heal, it's time to remember. It's time to express the love that you are at the cellular level. The frequency is also working on your nervous system, helping to shift you from the sympathetic nervous system's fight or flight mode into the parasympathetic nervous system's rest and repair mode. This is where healing happens, where regeneration occurs, where your body's natural pharmacy of healing chemicals is produced most abundantly. Your brain waves are entraining to the healing rhythm, naturally shifting into the alpha and theta states, where your subconscious mind becomes most receptive to positive programming. In these states, the boundary between conscious and subconscious dissolves, allowing tonight's healing intentions to penetrate deeply into your psyche and translate into lasting biological changes. But the 528 Hz frequency works at an even deeper level, at the quantum level where matter and consciousness intersect. Quantum physics tells us that at the smallest scales, everything exists as probability waves, until consciousness collapses those waves into specific realities. The coherent field created by this healing frequency is helping to collapse probability waves in favor of health, healing, and optimal genetic expression. Feel the frequency beginning to restructure the water within your cells. Water isn't just H2O. It's a complex, intelligent medium capable of storing and transmitting information. The 528 Hz tone is creating what scientists call structured water within your cellular matrix. Water that can hold healing information and transmit it throughout your biological system with unprecedented clarity. This structured water becomes like a liquid crystal computer, capable of processing and storing the healing intentions you're setting tonight. Every cell in your body is becoming more intelligent, more communicative, more capable of coordinating with all the other cells to create optimal health and vitality. As the love frequency continues to work within you, you might notice profound peace washing over you, or waves of emotion as old patterns release, or tingling sensations as energy begins to flow more freely through your system. You might even see colors or geometric patterns behind your closed eyelids. These are signs that the frequency is activating dormant capacities within your visual cortex and opening pathways of perception that have been sleeping. The 528 Hz gateway is also connecting you to what researchers call the morphic field, a collective field of healing information created by everyone who has ever used this frequency for transformation. You're not healing alone tonight. You're connected to a vast network of consciousness, all vibrating at the frequency of love, all supporting each other's highest healing and awakening. This frequency dissolves separation at the cellular level. The artificial boundaries between mind and body, between self and cosmos, between problem and solution begin to fade. You start to experience yourself as what you truly are, a conscious field of love, expressing itself through biological form, temporarily wearing the costume of a physical body but never limited by it. Feel yourself opening more and more to this frequency of love. Let it penetrate every cell, every organ, every system. Let it dissolve everything that stands between you and your natural state of radiant health, unlimited creativity, and boundless love. You're not adding something foreign to your system. You're removing the interference that has been blocking your natural expression of perfection. The 528 Hz gateway is now fully open within you. You are vibrating at the frequency of miracles, resonating with the creative force of the universe itself. Every cell in your body is remembering its divine nature, its unlimited capacity for healing, its eternal connection to the source of all life. Rest deeply in this frequency of love, knowing that it will continue to work within you long after tonight's session ends, gradually restructuring your entire biological system around patterns of harmony, health, and infinite possibility. Now, we enter the sacred chamber of your subconscious mind, that vast repository of automatic programs, learned patterns, and inherited beliefs that have been running your life from behind the scenes. Tonight, through the power of cellular vibration, we're going to gently reprogram the software of your subconscious to align with your highest good. Your subconscious mind is like the operating system of a computer. It runs continuously in the background, executing programs that determine how you think, feel, react, and even how your body functions at the cellular level. Most of these programs were installed during your first 7 years of life, when your brain was primarily in theta brainwave states, the same states you're in right now as you listen to this healing frequency. The beautiful truth is that what was programmed during theta states can be reprogrammed during theta states. The 528 Hz frequency is naturally inducing these optimal brainwave patterns, creating the perfect neurological environment for positive reprogramming to occur effortlessly and permanently. As you rest in this deeply receptive state, understand that your subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's vividly imagined. It doesn't judge whether new information is true or false. It simply accepts and integrates whatever is repeatedly impressed upon it, with sufficient emotional intensity and sensory detail. Tonight, we're going to use this natural function of your subconscious mind to install new programs that serve your healing, growth, and awakening. But we're not going to force these changes. We're going to allow them to emerge naturally, as the healing frequency dissolves old patterns, and create space for new possibilities to take root. Feel the 528 Hz tone creating a bridge between your conscious awareness and your subconscious programming. This frequency acts like a universal translator, allowing your conscious intentions to communicate directly with the deeper layers of your mind in a language that your subconscious understands perfectly, the language of vibration, emotion, and sensory experience. Your subconscious mind is intimately connected to your cellular intelligence. Every belief, every emotional pattern, every automatic response is encoded not just in your neural networks, but in your genetic expression, your hormonal patterns, your immune system responses. This is why lasting transformation must happen at both the mental and cellular levels simultaneously. The frequency you're receiving is creating coherence between your conscious intentions and your subconscious programming. Old patterns that have been running automatically, patterns of stress, limitation, fear, or unworthiness, are beginning to dissolve in the healing vibration, making space for new patterns aligned with love, abundance, health, and infinite possibility. Imagine your subconscious mind as a vast library with millions of books, each book representing a different program or pattern. Some of these books contain beautiful, empowering stories that support your highest good. Others contain limiting narratives that were written during times of pain, trauma, or misunderstanding. Tonight, the healing frequency is gently rewriting the books that no longer serve you while amplifying the ones that support your thriving. Your cells are active participants in this reprogramming process. Each cell contains not just genetic information, but also the accumulated memory of every experience you've ever had. As the 528 Hz frequency bathes your cells in healing vibration, cellular memories that have been holding limiting patterns begin to transform, releasing their grip on your biology and allowing new, more empowering cellular memories to form. This is happening naturally, without effort or struggle. The frequency is doing the work, creating the optimal conditions for your subconscious mind to release what doesn't serve and embrace what does. You don't need to figure out which programs need changing. Your subconscious intelligence knows exactly what needs to transform, and the healing vibration is providing the energy for that transformation to occur. Feel old patterns of stress and tension beginning to dissolve at the cellular level. Patterns of inflammation, patterns of scarcity thinking, patterns of relationship difficulty. All of these are encoded in your subconscious programming and expressed through your cellular function. As the frequency continues to work, these patterns are being gently unwound and replaced with patterns of peace, abundance, love, and optimal health. Your nervous system is also being reprogrammed. The stress response patterns that may have been running continuously, keeping your body in a state of fight or flight readiness, are naturally shifting toward patterns of rest, relaxation, and regeneration. Your nervous system is remembering that it's safe to be peaceful, safe to be open, safe to heal. The subconscious reprogramming happening tonight isn't just psychological, it's biological, genetic, cellular. New neural pathways are forming in your brain. New patterns of genetic expression are being activated. New cellular communication networks are being established. You're literally becoming a new version of yourself at the most fundamental levels. This process continues long after tonight's session ends. The 528 Hz frequency has initiated a cascade of positive changes that will continue to unfold in the days, weeks, and months ahead. Your subconscious mind will continue to integrate the new programming, and your cells will continue to express these new patterns in increasingly visible ways. Trust this process completely. Your subconscious mind is far wiser than your conscious mind. It knows exactly how to implement these changes in ways that are perfectly aligned with your highest good and your soul's deeper purpose. You don't need to control or direct this process. You need only to remain open and receptive, allowing the natural intelligence of your subconscious mind to orchestrate your transformation. As you continue to rest in this healing frequency, know that profound changes are occurring at levels deeper than conscious awareness can perceive. Old limitations are dissolving, new possibilities are taking root, and your entire biological system is being upgraded to support the magnificent being you came here to be. Your subconscious mind is now aligned with your highest potential. Your cells are programmed for optimal health and vitality. Your entire being is being reorganized around patterns of love, abundance, creativity, and infinite possibility. The reprogramming is complete at the deepest levels. Now, it's simply a matter of allowing these changes to express themselves through your lived experience. Rest deeply in this knowing, trusting that your subconscious mind and cellular intelligence are working together to manifest the most beautiful version of your life that you can imagine. Place your awareness gently on your heart now, and prepare to discover one of the most extraordinary secrets of human biology. Your heart is not just a mechanical pump, as medical science once believed. It's actually the most powerful electromagnetic generator in your body, creating a field that extends 3 to 8 feet beyond your physical form, and contains encoded information that influences every cell in your being. The Heart Math Institute has spent decades researching what ancient wisdom traditions have always known. The heart is the seat of intelligence, the center of consciousness, the command center that orchestrates the symphony of your biological existence. Tonight, as the 528 Hz frequency harmonizes with your heart's natural electromagnetic field, you're going to experience the profound connection between heart coherence and DNA activation. Your heart generates approximately 5 watts of electrical power, about 40 to 60 times stronger than the electromagnetic field produced by your brain. This isn't just random electrical activity. It's organized, intelligent, information-carrying energy that serves as the primary communication system between your consciousness and your cellular reality. When your heart is in a coherent state, which happens naturally when you experience genuine love, gratitude, appreciation, or compassion, it produces a smooth, sine wave-like pattern in its electromagnetic field. This coherent field acts like a carrier wave, transmitting healing information to every cell in your body and optimizing genetic expression throughout your entire biological system. The 528 Hz frequency you're receiving is naturally inducing this state of heart coherence. As the love frequency resonates through your chest cavity, it's helping to synchronize your heart rhythm with the fundamental harmonics of life itself, creating the optimal electromagnetic environment for cellular healing and DNA repair. Feel your heart responding to this frequency now. With each heartbeat, imagine a wave of coherent electromagnetic energy radiating outward from your heart center, carrying healing information to every organ, every tissue, every cell. This isn't imagination. This is biological reality. Your heart's electromagnetic field is literally communicating with your DNA, influencing which genes are activated and which remain dormant. Recent research has revealed that your DNA functions like a complex antenna system, capable of receiving and transmitting electromagnetic information. The non-coding regions of your DNA, what scientists once dismissed as junk DNA, appear to function as receivers for electromagnetic signals from your heart, your environment, and even the quantum field itself. When your heart is in coherence, it broadcasts a specific electromagnetic signature that your DNA recognizes as a signal for optimal expression. Genes associated with stress, inflammation, and disease begin to quiet down, while genes associated with healing, regeneration, and vitality become more active. You're not changing your genetics. You're changing the electromagnetic environment that influences how your genetics express themselves. The beautiful synchronization happening in your chest right now is creating what researchers call psychophysiological coherence, a state where your heart rhythm, breathing pattern, and brain waves all synchronize into a harmonious whole. In this state, your body's natural healing mechanisms are optimally activated, your immune system functions at peak efficiency, and your cellular communication becomes crystal clear. Your heart also contains approximately 40,000 neural cells, enough to qualify as a little brain in its own right. These heart neurons are constantly communicating with your cranial brain, sending far more information upward than they receive downward. This means that your heart is actually influencing your thoughts, emotions, and perceptions more than your brain is influencing your heart. As the 528 Hz frequency continues to create coherence in your heart, you're optimizing this heart-brain communication. Your heart's intelligence is becoming more accessible to your conscious awareness, while your brain is becoming more receptive to your heart's wisdom. This integration creates a unified field of consciousness that can consciously direct healing energy throughout your biological system. The electromagnetic field generated by your coherent heart also influences the electromagnetic fields of others around you. When you're in heart coherence, you're literally broadcasting a field of healing that can be detected and beneficial to other people, animals, and even plants in your vicinity. You become a living transmitter of the love frequency, helping to raise the vibrational environment wherever you go. But tonight, the primary beneficiary of your heart's coherent electromagnetic field is your own cellular matrix. Each of your 37 trillion cells contains DNA that's responsive to electromagnetic information. As your heart broadcasts coherent patterns throughout your body, your cellular DNA is receiving upgrade instructions, activation codes, and healing protocols that were encoded in your genetic material, but waiting for the right electromagnetic key to unlock them. This process is happening right now, in real time. As you rest in this healing frequency, you can feel it as warmth spreading through your chest, as tingling sensations throughout your body, as waves of peace or emotion moving through your system. These are the physical sensations that accompany the electromagnetic reprogramming of your cellular matrix. Your heart's electromagnetic field is also connecting you to what physicists call the zero-point field, the quantum vacuum that underlies all physical reality. In states of deep heart coherence, your personal electromagnetic field begins to resonate with this universal field, allowing you to access information, healing energy, and creative potential that exists beyond the boundaries of your individual biology. This is why heart-centered practices have been at the core of every genuine spiritual tradition throughout history. The heart isn't just a symbol of love, it's literally the biological gateway through which consciousness interfaces with matter, through which intention translates into biological reality, through which the infinite potential of the quantum field becomes manifest in physical form. As you continue to breathe with this healing frequency, feel your heart's electromagnetic field expanding, becoming more coherent, more powerful, more aligned with the fundamental frequencies of life and love. Your heart is remembering its role as the conductor of your biological orchestra, the central command center that coordinates all healing and transformation within your being. With each breath, your heart's electromagnetic field is encoding new patterns of possibility into your DNA. Patterns of radiant health, unlimited creativity, profound peace, and boundless love are being written into your genetic expression, not as future potentials, but as present realities that your cells are beginning to embody right now. Trust this process completely. Your heart knows how to heal you. Your DNA knows how to express perfection. The electromagnetic conversation happening between your heart and your genetic material is being facilitated by the 528 Hz frequency, creating the optimal conditions for cellular transformation to occur naturally and effortlessly. As you rest in this state of heart DNA coherence, you're not just healing yourself, you're becoming a beacon of coherent electromagnetic energy that contributes to the healing of all life. Your coherent heart field is adding to the collective field of love and healing that surrounds our planet, helping to shift global consciousness toward patterns of peace, harmony, and unified well-being. Feel gratitude arising naturally in your heart as you recognize the profound intelligence of your biological system, the elegant design that allows consciousness and matter to dance together in the miraculous expression we call life. This gratitude itself becomes part of the healing frequency, amplifying the coherent patterns that are transforming your cellular reality from the inside out. Deep within your cellular matrix, encoded in the very structure of your DNA, lies the accumulated history of your ancestral lineage. Every trauma healed, every limitation overcome, every breakthrough achieved by your ancestors has left its mark on your genetic expression. But so too have the unresolved traumas, the unexpressed emotions, the limiting beliefs that were passed down through generations like invisible inheritances. Tonight, as this healing frequency penetrates the deepest layers of your genetic memory, we're going to consciously participate in what epigeneticists call transgenerational healing, the profound process of releasing ancestral patterns that no longer serve your highest evolution, while honoring the wisdom and strength that your lineage has gifted you. Your DNA is not just your personal genetic code. It's a living library containing the experiences of hundreds of generations of ancestors who survived wars, famines, migrations, loves, losses, and transformations so that you could be here in this moment. Their courage, their resilience, their capacity for love and survival flows through your bloodstream right now. But along with these gifts, your ancestors also passed down their unprocessed traumas, their survival strategies, their limiting beliefs about what was possible in life. These patterns were once adaptive, helping your ancestral line survive difficult circumstances. But what served survival in the past may be limiting your capacity to thrive in the present. As the 528 Hz frequency moves through your cellular matrix, it's creating the optimal vibrational environment for these ancestral patterns to be consciously acknowledged, appreciated for their service, and gently released if they no longer serve your highest good. This isn't about rejecting your heritage. It's about evolutionary healing that honors the past while freeing the future. Feel the frequency reaching into the deepest layers of your genetic memory now. Perhaps you sense your grandmother's anxiety about financial security, encoded in your cells as patterns of scarcity thinking. Maybe you feel your grandfather's suppressed emotions, passed down as patterns of emotional shutdown or fear of vulnerability. These aren't personal failures. They're inherited survival strategies that your DNA adopted to help you navigate a world your ancestors perceived as dangerous or unpredictable. The beautiful truth is that the same epigenetic mechanisms that encoded these patterns can also release them. Your consciousness, working in partnership with healing frequencies, has the power to rewrite genetic expression, not just for yourself, but for your entire ancestral lineage, past, present, and future. As you breathe with this healing vibration, imagine it moving backward through time, reaching through your genetic lineage to touch the original wounds that created the limiting patterns you've inherited. See the frequency surrounding your ancestors with love and healing, helping them to release the traumas they couldn't process in their lifetimes, freeing them from the survival patterns they had to adopt to endure. This healing works both ways through time. Just as you can receive healing that transforms ancestral patterns, your healing tonight is also sending waves of transformation backward through your lineage, helping to heal your ancestors at the quantum level where time is not linear and all healing is simultaneous. Feel your DNA beginning to release patterns of fear, scarcity, emotional shutdown, or trauma that have been running through your family line for generations. These patterns may have protected your ancestors, but they're not protecting you. They're limiting your capacity to experience the fullness of life, love, and creative expression that you came here to embody. The 528 8 Hz frequency is acting like a gentle solvent, dissolving the electromagnetic bonds that have held these limiting patterns in place within your genetic expression. As they release, you might feel waves of emotion, physical sensations, or even see images or sense the presence of ancestral figures. This is normal and healthy. It's your cellular memory releasing what it has been carrying on behalf of your lineage. But you're not just releasing limiting patterns. You're also activating dormant potentials that your ancestors carried, but were never able to fully express. Perhaps your great-great-grandmother was an artist who never had the opportunity to create. Maybe your great-grandfather was a healer who lived in a time when such gifts weren't honored. Their unrealized potentials are encoded in your DNA, waiting for the right conditions to activate. Feel these ancestral gifts awakening within your cellular matrix now. Talents, abilities, wisdom, and capacity for love that have been dormant in your genetic library are beginning to stir, to activate, to become available for your conscious use. You're not just healing ancestral trauma, you're reclaiming ancestral treasures. The healing frequency is also helping you to discern which ancestral patterns serve your evolution and which patterns are ready to be transformed. Your DNA contains incredible wisdom about survival, resilience, love, creativity, and spiritual connection. These gifts from your ancestors are being amplified and activated even as limiting patterns are being gently released. This process of ancestral healing creates what researchers call positive epigenetic inheritance, beneficial changes in genetic expression that can be passed on to future generations. The healing work you're doing tonight doesn't just transform your own life. It's creating a legacy of healing that will benefit your children, your children's children, and generations yet to be born. Feel yourself as a conscious link in the chain of ancestral healing, receiving the gifts of the past while creating new patterns of possibility for the future. You're not just healing for yourself, you're healing for your entire lineage, both backward and forward through time. As this process continues, send gratitude to your ancestors for their courage, their sacrifices, their love that made your existence possible. Honor the survival strategies they developed, while consciously choosing new patterns that support thriving rather than just surviving. Thank them for carrying certain burdens, so that you could be free to transform them. The 528 Hz frequency is completing this ancestral healing work at the deepest levels of your genetic expression. Patterns that have run through your family line for generations are being transformed by love, by conscious intention, by the healing power of sound and vibration working in harmony with your divine nature. You are now free from limiting ancestral patterns, while still connected to ancestral wisdom and strength. Your DNA has been cleared and activated to express the highest potentials available in your genetic library. You carry forward only what serves love, healing, creativity, and the full expression of your soul's purpose. Rest in this state of ancestral healing, knowing that your courage to face and transform inherited patterns is creating waves of liberation that ripple through time itself, blessing all who came before and all who will come after with the gift of conscious evolution. We now enter the most mysterious and profound realm of healing, the quantum field where consciousness and matter dance together in the eternal waltz of creation itself. Here, at the intersection of physics and metaphysics, science and spirituality, we discover the secret of how your thoughts, emotions, and intentions literally sculpt your biological reality. The quantum field is not empty space. It's a sea of infinite potential, filled with what physicists call virtual particles that exist in a state of pure possibility until consciousness collapses them into specific realities. You are not separate from this field. You are a conscious focal point within it, a unique pattern of awareness capable of influencing how potential becomes actual. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every intention you hold creates ripples in this quantum field. These ripples don't just affect your mental state. They influence the electromagnetic fields around your body, which in turn affect the behavior of subatomic particles, which influence molecular structures, which determine cellular function, which creates your biological reality. The 528 Hz frequency you're receiving is creating what quantum physicists call coherence in your personal quantum field. Instead of random, chaotic patterns of electromagnetic activity, your biofield is organizing itself into harmonious, coherent waves that can more effectively influence matter at the quantum level. Feel this coherence emerging within and around you now. Your thoughts are becoming clearer, your emotions more stable, your intentions more focused. This isn't just psychological, it's quantum mechanical. You're becoming a more coherent transmitter of consciousness, capable of broadcasting clearer signals into the quantum field that surrounds and interpenetrates your physical form. In this state of quantum coherence, the boundary between mind and matter becomes increasingly transparent. Your consciousness doesn't just observe your biology, it actively participates in creating it, moment by moment, through the continuous interaction between your awareness and the quantum field. Dr. Joe Dispenza's research has shown that when people enter certain meditative states very similar to what you're experiencing right now, measurable changes occur in their gene expression within just minutes. Genes associated with immune function strengthen, genes related to stress and inflammation quiet down, and genes connected to cellular repair and regeneration become more active. This isn't placebo effect, it's quantum effect. Your coherent consciousness is literally reaching into the quantum realm and influencing the probability waves that determine which genes express and which remain dormant. You're not just thinking positively, you're quantum mechanically reconstructing your biological reality. The quantum field responds to the quality of your consciousness, not just the content of your thoughts. When your heart and mind are coherent, when you're in states of love, gratitude, or profound peace, You generate what researchers call ordered electromagnetic fields that can influence matter in ways that seem miraculous, but are actually expressions of natural quantum mechanical principles. As you rest in this healing frequency, feel your consciousness expanding beyond the boundaries of your physical body. You're not contained within your skin. You're a field of awareness that extends into the quantum vacuum itself, connected to the fundamental creativity that underlies all existence. This expanded consciousness can access information and healing potential that exists beyond the limitations of your individual biology. In the quantum field, healing isn't limited by time, space, or conventional causality. Past traumas can be healed in the present moment, future potentials can be activated now, and information from the collective consciousness of humanity becomes available to support your transformation. The 528 Hz frequency is acting as a bridge between your individual consciousness and the universal consciousness that permeates the quantum field. As these two aspects of awareness align, you gain access to healing resources that transcend anything available through purely physical interventions. Your DNA exists simultaneously as physical matter and as quantum information. In its physical form, it stores genetic instructions. In its quantum form, it serves as an antenna capable of receiving and transmitting information across space and time. The coherent field you're generating tonight is optimizing your DNA's quantum communication capabilities. This quantum communication allows your genes to receive upgrade instructions not just from your immediate environment, but from the morphic field of optimal human health and potential that exists as a quantum template in the collective unconscious. You're downloading genetic optimization programs that represent the highest expression of human biological potential. But the quantum field doesn't just influence your biology. Your transformed biology influences the quantum field. As your cells begin to vibrate at higher frequencies, as your genetic expression shifts toward patterns of optimal health and consciousness, you're contributing to the collective field of human potential, making it easier for others to access these same states of transformation. Feel yourself as both receiver and transmitter in this quantum communication network. You are receiving healing information from the field of infinite possibility, while simultaneously broadcasting your own healing frequency into the collective field, contributing to the evolution of consciousness on our planet. The thoughts you think while in this quantum coherent state carry extraordinary creative power. Unlike ordinary thoughts, which are often chaotic and contradictory, thoughts generated from quantum coherence carry the organizing principle of the field itself. They become what ancient traditions called words of power, intentions that reshape reality at the most fundamental levels. Choose your thoughts carefully in this sacred space, not because you need to control or force anything, but because coherent thoughts generated from a coherent quantum field have the natural capacity to manifest as biological and experiential reality. You're not just thinking, you're creating through the marriage of consciousness and quantum mechanics. As you continue to rest in this field of infinite possibility, know that profound changes are occurring at levels deeper than physical perception can detect. Quantum patterns that support optimal health, expanded consciousness, and unlimited creative expression are being encoded into your biofield and will continue to influence your biological reality long after tonight's session ends. You are not a victim of genetics, circumstances, or past conditioning. You are a quantum creator, a conscious focal point within the field of infinite potential, capable of collapsing probability waves in favor of health, happiness, love, and the full expression of your soul's deepest purpose. Trust the quantum field. Trust your coherent consciousness. Trust the miraculous process by which thoughts become biology, intentions become reality, and consciousness becomes manifest in the beautiful form of your healed and awakened life. Now we enter the sacred practice of cellular communication, the art of speaking directly to your DNA, in the language it understands most deeply. Your genes are not deaf to your voice. They are exquisitely sensitive to the vibrational patterns of your words, especially when those words are spoken from a state of coherent love and absolute conviction. Traditional affirmations often fail because they're spoken from the mind to the mind, creating internal conflict when the conscious statement contradicts subconscious programming, but cellular affirmations work differently. They're spoken from your consciousness directly to your cellular intelligence, bypassing mental resistance and programming change at the biological level. As the 528 Hz frequency continues to create optimal conditions for cellular communication, we're going to practice speaking to your DNA in its native language, the language of love, gratitude, and quantum possibility. Your cells will receive these affirmations not as hopeful wishes, but as authoritative instructions from your conscious awareness. Place your hands on your heart and feel the electromagnetic field that's broadcasting from your chest throughout your entire body. This field carries information to every cell, and tonight, you're going to consciously encode that field with healing, empowering, transformative messages that your DNA will receive and implement. Begin by addressing your cells with the same tenderness you would use when speaking to a beloved child. My beautiful cells, thank you for working so tirelessly to maintain my life. Tonight, I speak to you from my heart with love, gratitude, and complete faith in your infinite intelligence. Continue now with your first cellular affirmation, speaking it silently with deep emotional conviction. My DNA remembers its perfect blueprint and expresses optimal health in every cell. Feel this statement resonating through your body, not as a hope, but as a recognition of truth that your cells can feel and respond to. Every cell in my body vibrates with the frequency of love and healing. As you speak these words internally, imagine the 528 Hz frequency amplifying this message, carrying it into the deepest structures of your genetic material, where it's received as an activation code for cellular transformation. My genes express their highest potential for health, vitality, and longevity. This isn't wishful thinking, it's quantum instruction. Your DNA contains programs for optimal function that may have been dormant, and your conscious communication is helping to activate these programs. Your cells respond not just to the words you speak, but to the emotional and vibrational quality behind those words. When you speak to your DNA from a state of genuine love and gratitude, your cellular intelligence recognizes the coherent signal and responds accordingly. This is why cellular affirmations must be felt, not just thought. I am grateful for my body's infinite capacity for healing and regeneration. Let this gratitude flow through every cell as you speak it. Gratitude is perhaps the most powerful healing frequency of all, creating coherent electromagnetic patterns that optimize every biological function. My cells communicate with perfect clarity and harmony throughout my entire system. You'll feel this affirmation activating the intercellular communication networks, helping your body function as the unified, intelligent organism it was designed to be. I release all cellular memories that no longer serve my highest good. As you speak this, imagine old patterns of stress, trauma, or limitation being gently released from your cellular matrix, making space for new patterns of health and vitality to take their place. My DNA is activated for optimal health, unlimited creativity, and profound spiritual connection. This affirmation acknowledges that your genetic potential extends far beyond just physical health. It includes the capacity for expanded consciousness, creative expression, and spiritual awakening. Every breath I take fills my cells with life-giving energy and divine intelligence. Feel your breathing naturally deepening as you speak this, and imagine each breath carrying not just oxygen, but healing intention directly to your cellular level. The power of cellular affirmations is amplified exponentially when they're synchronized with healing frequencies like the 528 Hz tone you're receiving. The frequency serves as a carrier wave for your affirming intentions, helping them penetrate deeper into your biological system than words alone could reach. I trust my body's innate wisdom to heal, balance, and optimize itself naturally. This affirmation acknowledges the profound intelligence of your biological system while expressing confidence in its capacity for self-healing and self-regulation. My cells are bathed in the light of unconditional love and infinite possibility. As you speak this, visualize golden light filling every cell, carrying the vibration of pure love and unlimited potential into your genetic expression. I am worthy of perfect health, abundant vitality, and complete wholeness. This affirmation addresses any subconscious feelings of unworthiness that might be blocking your body's natural healing mechanisms. Each cellular affirmation you speak is being recorded in your biofield and will continue to influence your genetic expression long after tonight's session ends. Your DNA doesn't just respond to immediate stimuli, it's constantly influenced by the predominant vibrational patterns in your electromagnetic field. My body is a temple of consciousness, expressing the divine through perfect health and radiant vitality. Feel the sacred nature of your physical form as you speak this, recognizing your body as a miraculous vehicle for consciousness to experience itself in material form. I am connected to the infinite healing intelligence of the universe, and this intelligence flows through every cell of my being. This affirmation opens you to healing resources beyond your individual biology, connecting you to the universal life force that animates all existence. My DNA expresses joy, peace, love, and unlimited creative potential in every moment. As you speak this final cellular affirmation, feel these qualities not as future possibilities, but as present realities that your cells are already beginning to embody. The cellular affirmations you've spoken tonight have been received by your DNA and are now being integrated into your genetic expression. Trust that your cellular intelligence knows exactly how to implement these instructions in ways that serve your highest good and your soul's deepest purpose. Your cells have heard you. Your DNA has received the message. Your body is responding with love, gratitude, and perfect biological wisdom to the healing instructions you've provided. Rest now in the knowing that profound transformation is occurring at the cellular level, guided by your conscious communication with the infinite intelligence that lives within your very being. In this sacred moment, we explore one of the most profound discoveries of modern science, that your beliefs are not just mental concepts floating in your consciousness, but powerful biological forces that literally rewrite your genetic expression and reshape your physical reality at the cellular level. Your beliefs function as environmental signals to your cells. When you truly believe something, not just intellectually, but with your whole being, you create coherent electromagnetic patterns that your DNA interprets as instructions for genetic expression. This is why faith has always been recognized as a healing force in spiritual traditions, and why science is now validating what mystics have known for millennia. The 528 Hz frequency surrounding you creates the optimal neurological state for belief transformation. As your brainwaves synchronize with this healing tone, the critical, analytical functions of your conscious mind naturally quiet, allowing new beliefs to be installed directly into your subconscious programming without resistance or contradiction. But we must understand the difference between hope and belief, between wishful thinking and cellular conviction. Hope is future-oriented and often carries an undercurrent of doubt. True belief is present-tense certainty that what you're affirming is already true at the deepest levels of reality, regardless of current appearances. When you believe with cellular conviction that your body is designed for perfect health, your genes begin expressing proteins associated with optimal immune function, efficient cellular repair, and enhanced vitality. When you believe that you're worthy of love and abundance, your neurochemistry shifts to produce hormones and neurotransmitters that support confidence, openness, and receptivity to positive experiences. This isn't positive thinking, it's biological reprogramming through coherent belief. Your cells don't respond to what you hope might be true someday. They respond to what you know with absolute certainty is true right now, even if it hasn't yet manifested in your external experience. Feel the 528 Hz frequency, helping you to access this state of cellular certainty. In this coherent state, the boundary between believer and belief dissolves. You don't just have beliefs, you become your beliefs, embodying them at the genetic level where they automatically express as biological reality. The research of Dr. Bruce Lipton, Dr. Joe Dispenza, and others has demonstrated that people who achieve spontaneous healing from serious diseases share one common characteristic. They shift from hoping they might get better to knowing with complete cellular conviction that they're already whole at the deepest levels of their being. This knowing isn't based on external evidence. It's based on direct communion with the infinite intelligence that designed your body for perfect health, unlimited creativity, and spiritual awakening. When you align with this intelligence through coherent belief, miraculous transformations become natural expressions of your true nature. As you rest in this healing frequency, Allow yourself to feel the absolute truth that your body is designed for optimal health. This isn't a belief you need to convince yourself of. It's a recognition of the biological reality that every cell in your body contains the blueprint for perfect function, waiting only for the right environmental signals to activate. Your beliefs about your potential, your worthiness, your capacity for love and creativity all function as genetic switches. Limiting beliefs literally turn off genes associated with healing, growth, and expanded consciousness. Empowering beliefs activate genetic potentials that may have been dormant for years or even decades. The beauty of belief-based healing is that it works from the inside out, creating coherent changes at the cellular level that naturally manifest as improved health, enhanced relationships, increased creativity, and expanded spiritual awareness. You're not trying to manipulate external circumstances. You're aligning with the truth of your divine nature and allowing that truth to express itself through your biology. Feel into the cellular conviction that you are infinitely loved by the creative force of the universe. This isn't a nice idea, it's a biological fact. Every cell in your body was created by love, is sustained by love, and carries the vibrational signature of love in its very structure. When you believe this truth with your whole being, your cells begin expressing the genetic patterns associated with being deeply loved and completely safe. Your belief in your own healing capacity is perhaps the most powerful medicine available to you. When you truly believe that your body knows how to heal itself, you activate genetic programs for cellular repair, immune system optimization, and regenerative healing that exist within every cell of your being. But these beliefs must be embodied, not just intellectualized. As the 528 Hz frequency continues to create coherence throughout your system, feel these truths becoming cellular realities rather than mental concepts. Your DNA responds to what you embody, not what you think about. The field of epigenetics has proven that identical genetic material can express completely differently based on environmental influences, and belief is one of the most powerful environmental influences of all. Your beliefs create your internal environment, which determines how your genes express themselves, which creates your biological reality. This is why every genuine healing tradition emphasizes faith as a prerequisite for transformation. Faith isn't blind belief in something that might not be true. It's direct knowing of what's already true at the quantum level, waiting to manifest through your biological expression. As you embody the belief that you're designed for perfect health, unlimited creativity, and profound spiritual connection, feel your entire biological system responding to these coherent signals. Stress hormones naturally decrease, healing hormones increase, your immune system optimizes itself, and your cellular communication becomes clearer and more efficient. Your beliefs are being encoded into your biofield through the carrier wave of the 528 Hz frequency, creating lasting changes in your genetic expression that will continue to unfold long after tonight's session ends. The beliefs you embody tonight become the biological foundation for tomorrow's experiences. Trust the profound intelligence of your biological system to translate your coherent beliefs into physical reality. Your cells know how to heal, how to thrive, how to express the infinite potential encoded in your genetic library. Your role is simply to believe with cellular conviction in the truth of your perfect design, allowing that truth to express itself through every aspect of your being. The biology of belief is not metaphysics. It's the most advanced understanding we have of how consciousness interfaces with matter to create the miracle we call life. Tonight, you're consciously participating in this miracle, using the power of coherent belief to rewrite your genetic expression and reclaim your birthright of perfect health, unlimited creativity, and divine consciousness expressing through human form. Now we embark on a journey of inner sight, using the power of visualization to witness and facilitate the cellular transformation occurring within your being. Visualization is not mere imagination. It's conscious participation in the quantum field, where thought and matter converge to create reality. Tonight, you'll see with your inner eye the miraculous healing happening at the cellular level. Settle deeply into the 528 Hz frequency that's been preparing your consciousness for this inner vision. Feel your awareness naturally turning inward, away from the external world and toward the magnificent universe that exists within your own body. Your inner vision is about to become a healing tool more powerful than any external technology. Begin by imagining that you can shrink your consciousness down to the size of a cell, allowing yourself to journey through your bloodstream like a healing explorer discovering the wonders of your internal landscape. Feel yourself floating gently through vessels that shimmer with golden light, carried by the rhythm of your heartbeat through the most beautiful biological kingdom ever created. As you travel through your circulatory system, notice how every cell you encounter begins to glow more brightly in response to the 528 Hz frequency. These aren't just biological units, they're conscious entities, each one a tiny temple of life responding to the healing vibration with increased vitality and coherence. Visualize your red blood cells as they float around you, their surfaces gleaming like ruby jewels. Watch as the healing frequency causes them to spin and dance with renewed energy, their oxygen carrying capacity increasing, their ability to nourish every tissue in your body becoming more efficient and vibrant. Now direct your inner vision toward your immune system cells, the white blood cells that serve as your body's healing warriors. See them responding to the 528 Hz frequency by becoming more intelligent, more precise in their function, more capable of distinguishing between what serves your health and what needs to be gently removed from your system. Watch your lymphocytes brighten with increased awareness, your neutrophils becoming more efficient in their protective duties, your natural killer cells awakening to their perfect function of maintaining cellular harmony. The healing frequency is optimizing your immune system's ability to protect and heal, while eliminating any tendency toward autoimmune confusion or inflammatory overreaction. Travel now to your organs, beginning with your heart, that magnificent electromagnetic generator that's been broadcasting healing signals throughout your body. Visualize your heart muscle cells pulsing with perfect rhythm, each heartbeat synchronized with the healing frequency, creating waves of coherent energy that reach every corner of your biological system. See the electrical pathways in your heart becoming clearer, more efficient, carrying signals with perfect timing and precision. Watch as the 528 Hz frequency helps to clear any energetic blockages in your heart, allowing love and healing energy to flow without obstruction through your cardiovascular system. Move your inner vision to your brain, that incredible 3-pound universe of neural networks and synaptic connections. Visualize your neurons lighting up like a constellation of stars, each one connecting more efficiently with its neighbors as the healing frequency optimizes neural communication and enhances cognitive function. See new neural pathways forming, pathways that support peace rather than anxiety, abundance thinking rather than scarcity, love rather than fear. Watch as the 528 Hz frequency helps to dissolve old neural patterns that have supported limitation, while strengthening the neural networks that support your highest potential. Direct your consciousness now to your liver, that miraculous chemical factory that processes over 500 different functions to maintain your health. Visualize your liver cells glowing with renewed vitality, as the healing frequency enhances their ability to detoxify, to produce essential proteins, to maintain perfect biochemical balance throughout your body. Journey to your kidneys, those elegant filters that maintain the perfect chemistry of your internal environment. See them working with enhanced efficiency as the 528 Hz frequency optimizes their function, helping them to eliminate what your body doesn't need while preserving everything that supports your vitality and well-being. Visit your digestive system, from your stomach to your intestines, visualizing the healing frequency, creating perfect balance in your gut microbiome. See beneficial bacteria thriving while harmful organisms naturally diminish, creating an internal environment that supports optimal nutrition absorption and immune system function. Now expand your inner vision to encompass your entire endocrine system, that network of glands that produces the hormones regulating every aspect of your biological function. Watch as the 528 Hz frequency brings perfect balance to your thyroid, supporting optimal metabolism and energy production. See your adrenal glands finding their natural rhythm, producing just the right amount of stress hormones for healthy responsiveness while maintaining deep, abiding peace as your baseline state. Visualize your reproductive hormones coming into perfect balance, supporting not just physical health but emotional stability and creative vitality. Travel to your bones, seeing them not as static structures but as living tissues constantly renewing themselves. Watch as the healing frequency supports optimal bone density, enhances calcium absorption, and maintains the perfect balance between bone breakdown and bone formation that keeps your skeletal system strong and resilient. Expand your vision now to include your entire muscular system. See your muscle fibers becoming more flexible, more responsive, more capable of supporting you in all your activities while maintaining perfect tone and strength. Watch tension patterns dissolving as the healing frequency helps your muscles remember their natural state of relaxed readiness. Finally, encompass your entire nervous system in your inner vision, from your brain and spinal cord to every peripheral nerve that carries sensation and movement signals throughout your body. See this magnificent communication network functioning with perfect clarity as the 528 Hz frequency optimizes nerve conduction and enhances the coherent communication between your consciousness and your physical form. As you hold this complete vision of your body's systems working in perfect harmony, feel the truth of what you're seeing. This isn't fantasy. It's the activation of your body's innate healing intelligence through the power of conscious visualization, combined with therapeutic frequency. Your cells respond to visualization as if it were physical reality, because at the quantum level, consciousness and matter are not separate phenomena. The healing images you're holding in your awareness are creating measurable changes in your biological function, optimizing genetic expression and cellular communication throughout your entire system. Rest now in this complete vision of perfect health and optimal function, knowing that what you can see with your inner eye, your body can manifest as biological reality. The visualization you've just completed has activated healing mechanisms that will continue working long after tonight's session ends, gradually bringing your physical experience into alignment with the perfect health you've just witnessed at the cellular level. We have arrived at the sacred moment of epigenetic reset, the profound process of returning your genetic expression to its original divine blueprint before the accumulated effects of stress, trauma, limiting beliefs, and environmental toxins created patterns of suboptimal function within your cellular matrix. Your DNA contains not just one genetic program, but thousands of possible expressions, like a vast library of biological potentials, waiting for the right environmental signals to activate them. Throughout your life, various experiences have triggered certain genetic programs while leaving others dormant. Tonight, we're consciously selecting which programs to activate and which to allow to fade into the background. The 528 Hz frequency has been preparing your genetic material for this reset by creating optimal conditions for epigenetic transformation. Your DNA is now in a state of heightened responsiveness, ready to receive new instructions about which genes to express and which to keep in reserve. Think of epigenetic reset as returning to your factory settings, not losing anything you've learned or gained, but clearing away the accumulated programming that has limited your expression of optimal health, unlimited creativity, and profound spiritual connection. You're reclaiming your genetic birthright of perfect function and infinite potential. As you rest in this healing frequency, feel your consciousness expanding to encompass your entire genetic library. Imagine you can perceive the vast complexity of your DNA as streams of light containing infinite information about who you are and who you can become. Tonight, you're consciously choosing which streams of light to brighten and which to allow to dim. The genetic programs associated with stress response have served their purpose in keeping you alive, but they may no longer be necessary for your optimal functioning. Feel the 528 Hz frequency gently quieting the genetic switches that have kept your body in states of chronic stress, inflammation, or defensive reactivity. As these stress-related genes naturally downregulate, feel space opening within your genetic expression for programs associated with peace, regeneration, creativity, and expanded consciousness to activate. These programs have always been present in your DNA. They've simply been waiting for the right conditions to express themselves. Your original genetic blueprint includes programs for self-healing that are far more sophisticated than anything modern medicine has yet discovered. These programs know how to repair damaged tissue, optimize immune function, balance hormones, and maintain perfect physiological harmony. As the healing frequency creates the optimal environment, feel these innate healing programs coming online. The epigenetic reset is also activating genetic programs associated with longevity and vitality. Research has shown that certain gene expressions are associated with extended healthy lifespan, enhanced cognitive function, and maintained physical capability well into advanced age. These genetic potentials are encoded in your DNA and are being activated tonight. But the reset goes beyond just physical health. Your genetic library contains programs for enhanced intuition, expanded creativity, deeper spiritual connection, and greater capacity for love and compassion. These are not mystical additions to your biology. They're documented genetic potentials that are expressed more fully in individuals who maintain coherent electromagnetic fields through practices like meditation, gratitude, and conscious connection with healing frequencies. Feel your DNA releasing the genetic expressions that have supported limitation, scarcity thinking, emotional reactivity, and spiritual disconnection. These patterns were adaptive responses to challenging environments, but they're not serving your highest evolution. As they naturally fade, genetic programs supporting abundance, emotional balance, and spiritual awareness are taking their place. The 528 Hz frequency is acting as a master key, unlocking genetic potentials that have been dormant perhaps since childhood. When your natural expression of joy, creativity, and unlimited possibility began to be modified by environmental pressures and social conditioning. Tonight, you're returning to that original state of genetic possibility while maintaining all the wisdom and experience you've gained along the way. Your epigenetic reset is occurring simultaneously at multiple levels: in your nuclear DNA, in your mitochondrial DNA, and in what researchers call junk DNA, that appears to function as a quantum communication system connecting your biology to larger fields of consciousness and creativity. As this process continues, you might notice subtle changes in how your body feels, perhaps a sense of lightness, increased energy, or deeper peace. These are signs that your genetic expression is shifting toward patterns that support optimal function rather than just survival. Your cells are remembering their capacity for thriving rather than merely enduring. The beautiful truth about epigenetic reset is that it doesn't just affect you, it affects your entire lineage. The genetic programs you activate tonight can be passed on to future generations through epigenetic inheritance, meaning that your healing work tonight is creating a legacy of optimal genetic expression for your children and their children. But the reset also works backward through time in ways that quantum physics is beginning to understand. As you activate optimal genetic programs, you're contributing to the healing of ancestral patterns and adding to the collective field of human genetic potential. Your individual reset becomes part of humanity's collective evolution. Feel yourself as a conscious participant in the evolution of human consciousness, using the power of intention combined with healing frequency to activate genetic potentials that represent the next stage of human development. You're not just healing yourself, you're pioneering new possibilities for our entire species. The genetic programs associated with fear, competition, and survival at any cost are naturally down-regulating, as programs associated with love, cooperation, and thriving together become more active. This shift in genetic expression is literally changing your neural chemistry, hormone production, and cellular communication patterns. Your reset is activating what scientists call consciousness-responsive genes, genetic programs that respond directly to your level of awareness, your emotional coherence, and your spiritual development. As your consciousness expands, these genes continue to activate, creating a beautiful feedback loop between spiritual growth and biological optimization. The 528 Hz frequency has created a window of genetic plasticity, a period when your DNA is maximally responsive to new programming. This window will remain open for several hours after tonight's session, during which time your genetic expression will continue to stabilize around the new patterns you've activated. During this integration period, your cells will be busy producing new proteins based on the genetic programs you've activated tonight. These new proteins will gradually replace the old proteins that supported limiting patterns, physically transforming your biology from the molecular level up. Trust this process completely. Your DNA contains the intelligence of millions of years of evolution, and it knows exactly how to implement the reset you've initiated tonight in ways that serve your highest good. You don't need to manage or control this process. You need only to maintain the coherent field of love and gratitude that has made this transformation possible. Feel the completion of your epigenetic reset now. Your genetic expression has been restored to its optimal configuration, with programs for perfect health, unlimited creativity, profound spiritual connection, and unlimited love now active and expressing throughout your biological system. You have returned to your original blueprint while retaining all the wisdom and growth you've achieved through your life experiences. You are now expressing the fullest potential encoded in your genetic library, living as the magnificent being you were always designed to be. Rest deeply in this state of genetic renewal, knowing that every cell in your body is now operating from its highest programming, expressing the divine perfection that has always been your true nature. The reset is complete, and your new genetic expression will continue to unfold in beautiful and miraculous ways in the days and weeks ahead. As we prepare for the integration phase of your healing journey, understand that sleep is not simply rest. It's the sacred laboratory where your consciousness and biology collaborate to weave tonight's genetic activations into the very fabric of your being. Sleep is where transformation becomes integration, where possibility becomes reality, where the seeds planted tonight take root and begin to grow. The 528 Hz frequency will continue to work within you as you sleep, but now its function shifts from activation to integration. Like a master craftsman, the healing vibration will help your cellular intelligence organize and stabilize the new genetic patterns you've activated, ensuring they become permanent features of your biological expression rather than temporary experiences. During sleep, your brain enters the delta wave state, the deepest level of consciousness where your mind becomes most receptive to subconscious reprogramming and your body's healing mechanisms operate at peak efficiency. This is the state where tonight's cellular communications become lasting biological realities. Feel yourself beginning to naturally drift toward this state of profound receptivity. Your body knows how to sleep, just as it knows how to heal. You don't need to force or control this process. Simply allow your consciousness to gradually dissolve into the healing embrace of deep, regenerative sleep. As you transition into sleep, your subconscious mind becomes the guardian of tonight's transformation. All the cellular affirmations, genetic activations, and healing intentions you've set will continue to work within your biological system, guided by the infinite intelligence that operates your body's healing mechanisms, while your conscious mind rests. Your DNA undergoes its most active repair and optimization processes during deep sleep. Tonight, this natural healing process will be enhanced and directed by the new genetic programs you've activated. Your cells will spend the night implementing the blueprint for optimal health, unlimited creativity, and profound spiritual connection that you've consciously chosen. The hypnagogic state, that twilight zone between waking and sleeping, is particularly powerful for integration work. As you drift through this liminal space, your brain produces the exact mix of neurotransmitters and hormones that facilitate lasting positive change at the cellular level. Allow the 528 Hz frequency to guide you gently into this healing state, knowing that every moment of tonight's sleep will be utilized by your body's intelligence to weave the new patterns deeper into your biological matrix. Your cells will work throughout the night like dedicated artisans, crafting a new reality from the intentions you've set. During REM sleep, your brain consolidates new learning and integrates new experiences into your neural networks. Tonight, this natural process will be working to integrate the new genetic patterns into your nervous system, creating the neural pathways that will support your transformed biology in waking consciousness. Your immune system also undergoes crucial optimization during sleep. Tonight, as your body rests, your immune cells will be recalibrating according to the new genetic instructions you've provided, learning to recognize and support the patterns of perfect health that you've activated. The healing frequency will also work with your endocrine system throughout the night, helping your hormone-producing glands adjust their output to support your new genetic expression. Growth hormone, melatonin, and other crucial hormones will be produced in optimal ratios to support cellular regeneration and integration. Your circulatory system becomes a healing river during sleep, carrying the new genetic information to every cell in your body. As your heart rate slows and your blood pressure naturally decreases, nutrients and healing factors circulate more efficiently, ensuring that every cell receives the materials needed for transformation. The lymphatic system, your body's waste removal network, also becomes more active during sleep. Tonight, this system will work to clear away the molecular debris left behind as old genetic patterns dissolve, making space for the new patterns to establish themselves fully. Your nervous system uses sleep time to repair and reorganize itself. The new neural pathways that support your transformed genetic expression will be strengthened during tonight's sleep, while old pathways that supported limiting patterns will naturally weaken through disuse. As you sleep, your consciousness doesn't disappear. It expands into the quantum field where all healing and transformation ultimately originate. In this expanded state, you maintain connection to the infinite intelligence that guides all healing, while your body implements the changes you've consciously chosen. Dreams may carry special significance tonight, as your subconscious mind processes and integrates the new genetic information. Any dreams you experience may contain symbolic representations of the healing work occurring at the cellular level, or visions of the new possibilities that your genetic activation has made available. The 528 Hz frequency creates what researchers call coherent sleep that is maximally restorative and transformative. In this state, all your body's systems work together with perfect coordination to implement the healing changes you've initiated. Trust your body's intelligence to manage this integration process perfectly. Your cells know exactly how to translate tonight's genetic activations into improved health, enhanced creativity, and deeper spiritual awareness. You don't need to consciously direct this process. You need only to sleep deeply and peacefully, allowing your body's wisdom to work without interference. Each sleep cycle tonight will deepen the integration of your new genetic patterns. By morning, the changes you've initiated will be woven into your biology so thoroughly that they will feel like natural expressions of who you've always been, rather than new additions to your experience. Your sleep tonight is sacred sleep that serves not just rest and restoration, but conscious evolution and spiritual awakening. Every breath you take while sleeping will be infused with the healing frequency. Every heartbeat will broadcast the new genetic information throughout your system. As you surrender to sleep now, know that you're not just resting. You're actively participating in the miracle of conscious evolution, allowing your biology to transform in alignment with your highest spiritual potential. Sleep deeply, knowing that profound healing continues throughout the night. The integration is happening naturally, effortlessly, perfectly. Your new genetic expression will be fully stabilized by morning, creating the biological foundation for a life of greater health, creativity, love, and spiritual awakening than you've ever experienced before. Sleep now in perfect peace, knowing that transformation is occurring at every level of your being. The healing frequency will remain with you throughout the night, a gentle guardian ensuring that your genetic reset becomes a permanent and beautiful reality in your lived experience. In the depths of your healing sleep, your body has become a magnificent symphony orchestra, with every cell, every organ, every system playing its part in perfect harmony. The 528 Hz frequency has served as the master conductor, bringing all the instruments of your biology into coherent alignment with the symphony of life itself. Listen now with your inner ear to the music that your body is making. Your heart provides the steady rhythm, beating approximately once per second in the frequency of deep peace and coherence. This isn't just a mechanical pumping action. It's the percussion section of your cellular symphony, setting the tempo for all other biological processes. Your lungs contribute the breath of life, expanding and contracting in the slow, deep rhythm of healing sleep. Each inhalation draws in not just oxygen, but life force itself. Prana, chi, the universal energy that animates all living things. Each exhalation releases not just carbon dioxide, but everything that no longer serves your highest expression. Your brain provides the complex harmonies, generating delta waves that sweep through your neural networks like healing tsunamis. reorganizing synaptic connections, and strengthening the neural pathways that support your new genetic expression. These brainwaves are literally composing new melodies of consciousness that will influence your thoughts, emotions, and perceptions long after you awaken. Your digestive system hums quietly in the background, producing the enzymes and acids needed to break down not just the food you've eaten, but the old patterns and beliefs that have been stored in your cellular memory. Your gut microbiome, that vast ecosystem of beneficial bacteria, is being retuned to support optimal health and enhanced intuition. Your liver plays its crucial part in this symphony, processing and transforming substances throughout the night. But it's not just metabolizing nutrients and toxins. It's also processing emotions, transforming fear into courage, anger into compassion, sadness into wisdom. Your liver is the alchemical instrument of your biological orchestra. Your kidneys maintain the perfect chemistry of your internal environment, filtering and balancing with exquisite precision. They're not just cleaning your blood, they're maintaining the exact vibrational frequency needed for optimal cellular communication throughout your system. Your endocrine system provides the chemical messengers that coordinate this entire symphony. Your pineal gland releases melatonin, not just to induce sleep, but to facilitate the spiritual awakening that occurs when consciousness is freed from the constraints of ordinary waking awareness. Your thymus gland strengthens your immune symphony, while your adrenals learn the new rhythm of peace rather than stress. But the most magnificent musicians in this cellular symphony are your individual cells themselves. Each of your 37 trillion cells is vibrating at its own optimal frequency, and together, they create harmonics that resonate throughout your entire being. The 528 Hz frequency has helped tune each cellular instrument to its perfect pitch. Your DNA within each cell is not silent during this symphony. It's actively participating, reading the genetic scores that you've chosen tonight, and producing the proteins that will manifest these genetic intentions as biological reality. Your genes are literally singing the songs of health, creativity, love, and spiritual awakening. The mitochondria within your cells, those ancient bacterial partners that produce your cellular energy, are humming with increased efficiency. They're not just making ATP, they're generating the life force that powers your transformation at the most fundamental level. Your cellular membranes are contributing their own part to this symphony, regulating what enters and leaves each cell with perfect intelligence. They're ensuring that healing nutrients and information flow freely, while protecting your cellular integrity from anything that might disrupt the harmonious patterns you've established. The water within your cells and throughout your body has been structured by the 528 Hz frequency into crystalline patterns that can hold and transmit information with unprecedented clarity. This structured water serves as the medium through which your cellular symphony resonates, carrying healing vibrations to every corner of your biological universe. Your nervous system functions as the communication network for this vast orchestra, ensuring that every section stays in perfect synchronization with the healing rhythm you've established. Nerve impulses carry not just electrical signals, but also the harmonic patterns that maintain coherence throughout your entire system. Even your skeletal system participates in this symphony. Your bones are not solid, static structures. They're living tissue that resonates with the frequencies moving through your body. Tonight, they're providing the structural support needed for your cellular orchestra to play the music of transformation. Your circulatory system serves as the highway system for this symphony, carrying nutrients, hormones, and healing factors to every instrument in your biological orchestra, while removing the waste products generated by intense cellular activity. Your blood itself has become a healing elixir, encoded with the frequencies of health and regeneration. As this cellular symphony plays throughout the night, it's not just creating beautiful music, it's physically restructuring your biology. The coherent vibrations generated by your harmonized biological systems are optimizing genetic expression, enhancing cellular communication, and creating the ideal internal environment for healing and transformation. But this symphony extends beyond the boundaries of your physical body. The electromagnetic field generated by your coherent biological systems is broadcasting healing frequencies into the space around you, contributing to the larger symphony of consciousness that surrounds our planet. You are not just listening to this cellular symphony, You are this symphony. Every breath, every heartbeat, every neural firing, every cellular vibration is part of the magnificent music that you are composing with your very being. The 528 Hz frequency has simply helped you remember how to conduct your own biological orchestra. As the night progresses, this symphony will continue to play, gradually stabilizing the new harmonic patterns that will become your default biological rhythm. By morning, the music of transformation will have been woven so deeply into your cellular structure that it will continue to play automatically, supporting your continued healing and evolution. Listen now to the beautiful symphony that you are. Feel the perfect harmony that exists within your being, and know that this music will continue to play within you, a constant reminder of your infinite capacity for healing, growth, and transformation. Rest in the knowledge that you are a perfectly tuned instrument in the grand symphony of existence, contributing your unique melody to the universal song of love, healing, and conscious evolution that spans all of creation. As the first light of dawn approaches, something extraordinary is stirring within your cellular matrix. Throughout this night of healing and transformation, the 528 Hz frequency has been working to awaken genetic potentials that have been dormant within your DNA, waiting for exactly this moment of conscious activation to emerge into expression. Your genetic library is vast beyond imagination, containing not just the instructions for your current biological form, but also the dormant codes for enhanced abilities, expanded consciousness, and extraordinary capacities that represent the next stage of human evolution. Tonight, you've been awakening possibilities that most people never access in an entire lifetime. Science now knows that we use only a small fraction of our genetic potential at any given time. The majority of our DNA remains inactive, waiting for the right environmental signals to turn on. The healing frequency you've been receiving, combined with your conscious intention and coherent emotional state, has provided exactly the signals needed to activate genetic programs that support your highest possible expression. Feel these dormant potentials beginning to stir within your cells like seeds awakening after a long winter. Some of these genetic programs have been sleeping since childhood, when the wonder and unlimited possibility of your early years began to be conditioned by social expectations and environmental limitations. Tonight, that original genetic expression of infinite potential is reawakening. Your DNA contains codes for enhanced intuitive abilities that go far beyond ordinary sensory perception. These genes, when activated, can enhance your capacity to sense energy fields, receive information from the quantum field, and access wisdom that transcends the limitations of linear thinking. Feel these intuitive genetic programs coming online, preparing to enrich your experience of life with deeper knowing and clearer guidance. Dormant within your genetic matrix are also programs for enhanced creativity that can revolutionize your capacity for artistic expression, innovative problem solving, and creative manifestation. These genes support not just artistic ability, but the fundamental creativity that allows consciousness to shape reality according to its highest vision. Your genetic library contains codes for extended longevity and enhanced vitality that can support not just longer life, but more vibrant life throughout all your years. These genetic programs know how to optimize cellular repair mechanisms, enhance immune function, and maintain the biological coherence that supports health and vitality well into advanced age. Perhaps most remarkably, your DNA contains genetic potentials for expanded states of consciousness that can support direct spiritual experience, enhanced compassion, and the capacity for unconditional love. These are not mystical additions to your biology. They're documented genetic capacities that are expressed more fully in individuals who maintain coherent electromagnetic fields through practices like those you've experienced tonight. The genetic programs awakening within you also include enhanced capacity for healing, not just self-healing, but the ability to facilitate healing in others through your presence, your touch, your words, and the coherent field you generate when living from your highest genetic expression. Your DNA is activating codes for enhanced learning and memory that can support not just intellectual development, but also the capacity to access and integrate wisdom from the collective consciousness of humanity. These genetic programs support the development of what researchers call noetic intelligence, ways of knowing that transcend ordinary cognitive processes. Feel genetic potentials for enhanced emotional intelligence coming online, capabilities that support deeper empathy, more effective communication, and the ability to maintain emotional coherence, even in challenging circumstances. These genetic programs support not just personal emotional mastery, but the capacity to serve as an agent of healing and peace in your relationships and community. Your genetic library contains codes for enhanced physical capabilities that go beyond normal human parameters. Increased strength, enhanced coordination, improved sensory acuity, and the ability to maintain peak physical function throughout your lifetime. These potentials are awakening as your cellular frequency aligns with the patterns that support optimal biological expression. The dormant genetic programs being activated tonight also include enhanced capacity for manifestation, the ability to translate your conscious intentions into material reality more effectively than ever before. These genes support the coherent electromagnetic field generation that allows consciousness to influence matter at the quantum level. But perhaps the most important genetic potentials awakening within you are those that support spiritual evolution, the capacity for expanded awareness, direct connection to universal consciousness, and the ability to embody divine love in human form. These genetic programs support the next stage of human development, where spiritual awakening becomes not just possible but natural. As these dormant potentials awaken, they don't replace your current capacities. They enhance and expand them. You remain fully human while accessing superhuman potentials that have always existed within your genetic design. This is not about becoming something other than human. It's about becoming fully human for the first time. The integration of these newly awakened genetic potentials will continue long after tonight's session ends. Over the coming days, weeks, and months, you may notice enhanced abilities emerging naturally, new insights arising spontaneously, and expanded capacities expressing themselves through your daily experience. Trust this process of genetic awakening completely. Your DNA contains the intelligence of millions of years of evolution, and it knows exactly how to integrate these dormant potentials in ways that serve your highest good and your soul's deepest purpose. You don't need to manage or control this process. You need only to remain open to the extraordinary possibilities that are now becoming available to you. The genetic potentials awakening within you are not random. They're specifically aligned with your soul's purpose for this lifetime. The abilities, capacities, and gifts that are emerging are exactly what you need to fulfill your unique role in the evolution of human consciousness and the healing of our world. Feel gratitude for the incredible design of your genetic system, a biological library so vast and sophisticated that it contains not just who you are, but who you can become. Tonight, you've accessed genetic treasures that represent millions of years of evolutionary development, awakening potentials that connect you to the highest expressions of human possibility. As dawn approaches, know that you are awakening not just from sleep, but into a new level of genetic expression that will support extraordinary experiences, enhanced abilities, and expanded consciousness throughout your life. The dormant potentials within your DNA are dormant no more. They are now active participants in the magnificent symphony of your fully awakened life. As the first rays of sunlight touch the horizon, you are awakening not just from sleep, but into a completely new version of yourself. Every cell in your body has been transformed by tonight's healing journey. You are literally not the same person who began this process hours ago. You are the actualized version of your highest genetic potential, living from a foundation of cellular consciousness that has been completely renewed. The transformation that has occurred is not superficial or temporary. It has happened at the deepest levels of your biology. Your DNA has been reset to its optimal expression patterns. Your cellular communication has been enhanced to unprecedented clarity, and your entire biological system now operates from the frequency of love, health, and infinite possibility. As you begin to stir from this healing sleep, notice how different your body feels. There may be a sense of lightness, as if gravitational force has less hold on you. There may be a feeling of expanded energy, as if your cellular batteries have been recharged with a more powerful and sustainable source of life force. Your nervous system has been recalibrated to its optimal settings. The hypervigilance and stress reactivity that may have been your default mode for years has been replaced by a natural state of relaxed awareness and confident peace. Your body now knows at the cellular level that it is safe to be healthy, safe to be creative, safe to be fully alive. Your immune system has been optimized to function with perfect intelligence, distinguishing clearly between what supports your well-being and what needs to be gently removed from your system. This immune enhancement extends beyond just physical pathogens. Your biological system now has enhanced capacity to resist negative emotions, limiting thoughts, and energy-draining experiences. The cellular consciousness you're awakening into includes an expanded sense of your own identity. You are no longer just a personality trying to cope with life's challenges. You are a divine being having a human experience, equipped with all the biological tools needed to express your highest potential in physical form. Your relationship with your body has fundamentally shifted. Instead of seeing your body as a vehicle that sometimes breaks down or lets you down, you now experience it as an intelligent partner in your soul's journey, a miraculous biological system that is constantly working to support your healing, growth, and awakening. The cellular consciousness you now embody includes direct knowing of your infinite capacity for healing. When challenges arise, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual, you will have access to cellular wisdom that knows exactly how to restore balance and harmony. Your body has become a self-healing system of extraordinary sophistication and reliability. Your creative capacities have been enhanced at the genetic level. The cellular consciousness you're awakening into includes direct access to the creative intelligence that designed the universe itself. Whether you express this creativity through art, innovation, problem-solving, or simply the creative act of living fully, you now have biological support for manifestation and creative expression that extends far beyond normal human parameters. The electromagnetic field generated by your transformed cellular consciousness extends several feet beyond your physical body, creating a healing presence that affects everyone around you. You have become a walking frequency of love and healing, contributing to the wellness and awakening of all life, simply through your presence. Your intuitive abilities have been enhanced through the activation of genetic programs that support direct knowing and psychic perception. The cellular consciousness you now embody includes the capacity to receive information from the quantum field, sense energy patterns, and access wisdom that transcends ordinary cognitive processes. The emotional intelligence encoded in your transformed cellular consciousness includes the capacity to maintain heart coherence even in challenging circumstances. You now have biological support for unconditional love, profound compassion, and emotional resilience that allows you to serve as a source of stability and healing for others. Your consciousness is no longer limited to your brain. It is distributed throughout your entire cellular matrix. Every cell in your body is now a conscious participant in your awareness, creating a unified field of embodied consciousness that is both fully human and transcendently divine. The longevity programs activated in your DNA support not just extended lifespan, but enhanced quality of life throughout all your years. Your cellular consciousness now includes natural rhythms of regeneration and renewal that can maintain optimal biological function regardless of chronological age. Your spiritual connection has been enhanced at the cellular level. The consciousness you're awakening into includes direct, embodied knowing of your connection to the universal life force, the divine intelligence, the cosmic love that permeates all existence. This isn't a belief you hold, it's a biological reality you live. As you fully awaken now, notice how your perception has been enhanced. Colors may appear more vivid, sounds more nuanced, sensations more alive. This is because your transformed cellular consciousness includes enhanced sensory capacity that allows you to perceive subtler dimensions of reality. The confidence flowing through your system is not psychological, it's cellular. Every cell in your body now knows its infinite capacity for healing, growth, and transformation. This cellular confidence translates into a natural state of self-assurance that is unshakable because it's based on biological reality rather than mental concepts. Your capacity for love has been expanded at the genetic level. The cellular consciousness you now embody includes the biological infrastructure for unconditional love. Love that extends not just to those close to you, but to all life everywhere. This love is not an emotion you generate. It's a frequency you are. The wisdom flowing through your system includes both ancient knowing and future possibilities. Your transformed cellular consciousness has access to the accumulated wisdom of human evolution, while also being attuned to the emerging potentials for human development. You are simultaneously an ancient soul and a pioneer of consciousness. As you move through your day and your life from this transformed cellular consciousness, remember that you are living proof of human potential realized. Every thought you think, every word you speak, every action you take is now supported by a biological system that has been optimized for expressing the highest possibilities of human existence. You are no longer becoming who you're meant to be. You are who you're meant to be, expressing that divine potential through a biological system that has been transformed to support your fullest expression of love, wisdom, creativity, and service to the healing of our world. Welcome to your new life, lived from the foundation of transformed cellular consciousness. The journey of awakening continues, but now you have the biological support system needed to embody your highest potential in every moment of your human experience.